Today you join me on a very rainy day here at the Cadillac dealership where I have one of the most highly anticipated models to debut in 2019. And it's this, the 2020 Cadillac XT6, but not just any XT6. This is an early production XT6 Premium Luxury trim level, and that means it's going to come with not only the standard XT6 features, but also a host of upgrades not only on the exterior, but also in the interior. This is the new generation of Cadillac vehicles, so it features a new design language for the brand, as well as new technologies and features in the interior that I can't wait to show you guys. So let's get right into the video. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I've never been the biggest fan of Cadillac's design language. Their models always looked slightly outdated and too much chrome for me. But that's all been thrown out the window with this 2020 XT6 because it actually features a really cool and unique design that's been totally refreshed and redesigned for 2020 with this new architecture they have on the XT6. And it's a fantastic, gorgeous exterior, especially here in the front end of the car where we have some really nice luxury features. Obviously, this enormous chrome Cadillac style grille covers the front end of the car and really creates a first impression of it, makes it look very sleek and modern, but also reminds you that at the end of the day, it is a Cadillac. So it's kind of got that unique Cadillac V-style shape. Really cool. I especially love the gloss black they've integrated in the interior of the grille. Just a great all-around design that they've been using for many years, but still looks great here on the front of the XT6. You've also got some really cool new features for 2020, such as these available LED cornering headlamps. And when I say cornering, I don't mean that there's a bunch of corners in the headlamp. What I mean is that the bulb actually rotates inside the headlamp so that when you're in the car turning the steering wheel, the bulbs will actually turn as well to kind of pre-illuminate the curves in front of you. So that really helps with nighttime visibility, and it also makes the front of this car look really sharp because it is LEDs, it is chrome. It just looked really great on the front end of this XT6. So that pretty much covers everything on the front of the car, but we've got some more nice features on the side. This model obviously featured in this very nice, deep Cadillac red color that really highlights the lines all along the side. We've also got chrome accent pieces around the door trim and on these door handles that adds a little bit of a premium feel. It also matches these available wheels. Now obviously the XT6 comes with a variety of different styles and wheel sizes for you, so you can get either 20 or 21-inch wheels depending on what your preferences are. Then finally in the rear of the car we've got more gorgeous taillights, some dual chrome exhaust tips, and a hands-free power liftgate. But obviously, as fantastic and refreshed and updated as the exterior design is, what's most important about the 2020 XT6 is what you get here in the interior of the car, where I'm just taking a quick look at some of the key features and technologies, and most importantly, the materials. And I have to say this car is, at the very least, on par with manufacturers like Mercedes and BMW and even Audi. And that is extremely high praise coming from a huge Audi fan like myself. Because this is the early production, top of the line premium luxury model, you are spending a little bit more money than you would on a base XT6, but it comes with a full leather interior as well as a bunch of really nice upgrades, such as these 8-way power adjustable seats. Gotta say, the leather on these, absolutely fantastic. It's very soft, very comfortable, very cushiony. Not only that, but the size and shape of the seat is great as well for passengers of every different size and type, and they're very easy to get in and out of as well. Up on the dashboard, in addition to all that chrome outline, you also have a very premium feeling wood grain trim piece that extends across the entire car to give it a really nice high quality feel, and it does look very nice. You've also got an 8-inch infotainment touchscreen that has been updated for 2020. We're going to talk a little bit more about that in a minute, but there are a few more screens in the car, such as the info screen between the two analog style gauges on this gauge cluster. And again, since we're in the premium luxury model, Cadillac does go the extra mile and also give us a heads-up display, which is adjustable using this button here on the center console area. So that's a really nice feature to have that helps keep you focused on the road ahead of you when you're on long car trips. Unfortunately, one small complaint I have about the interior of the XT6 regards this little center console area here, because the rest of the interior has really nice, bright, airy, soft leather materials and this very high quality wood grain, but this is kind of just a boring gray leather. And obviously you can specify different areas of the car to have different materials and different colors, but in this model the gray is just a little bit boring. And I totally understand why they did it. They didn't want to move this wood grain down here because then it's just going to get fingerprints all over it. But it still does look a little boring here. Even some of these buttons look like they came out of the cheaper Cadillac models, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's not a bad design. I was just hoping for something a little bit more innovative. However, one really cool feature that does stand out to me here on the center console area is this little phone box, I guess you could call it, where you keep either spare change or your phone or old candy wrappers like I would, or pretty much anything you want. What I really love about it though is that it's shaped in the outline of the Cadillac logo, and it really does add a kind of a personality to this interior that it really needs on this center console area. But that's not the only storage compartment. You also have a little bit of a box here beneath the center armrest that comes with a few different charge ports, as well as a decent sized storage area. Now, another really cool thing about this center armrest box is that it comes with a wireless charging port here in the Premium Luxury model. So you see this little black slot right below the armrest. You just stick your phone right in there, it'll automatically charge it, and you don't have to plug it in or worry about a tangle of spaghetti wires all through your car's interior. So it's a really cool feature to have that a lot of premium luxury manufacturers are adding in. Now you can get it in the Premium Luxury XT6 as well. Unfortunately, a lot of those features that I just mentioned you can find in pretty much any Cadillac XT4, XT5, really any run-of-the-mill luxury SUV out there that's of a decent quality. What you're not going to find in a lot of those vehicles is this level of space, however. Obviously, we saw in the exterior that the 2020 XT6 is a rather large SUV, and you can definitely tell when you're in these second row seats. There is just a ton of legroom and headroom. I could stretch completely out and still be totally comfortable with the level of space I have, not only in this seat, but also in the front seat above me. So I didn't move it forward at all. It's exactly where it was before. You also get nice luxury features like this little engraved Cadillac logo, the enormous panoramic sunroof. And what's really great is you can also option the available second row captain's chairs, which will automatically remove the center seat for you and give the two second row passengers really nice armrests and just upgrade the feeling of the second row seats, as well as add easier access to the third row, which is slightly less impressive. Clearly you can see there is not a ton of room back there, but it does look fairly comfortable and comes with a couple of charge ports. Now, as you move towards the rear of the car, things seem to get smaller and smaller and smaller. So the front seats, there's a ton of legroom and headroom. Same with the second row seats. There's plenty of room, nothing to complain about. The third row does get a little bit small, but obviously it's not going to get used as often. The trunk and that little rear cargo area is where it gets really small and disappointing because there's just not a ton of space back there. So if you're the type of person to go to the grocery store or Costco and just buy out the whole store, well, you're not really going to have a ton of space to keep all that stuff. So that is a little bit disappointing. I guess that's where the Cadillac Escalade comes in. But I guess in a pinch you could make it work because those third row seats do fold down with just the press of a button. Now, I've already mentioned this 8-inch infotainment touchscreen here in the dashboard of the 2020 XT6, but it's actually a really key feature to this interior because it's a brand new system for 2020 that's being unveiled in the next generation of Cadillac vehicles like this XT6. So it's got all updated graphics, it's an updated screen that's more sensitive and a lot faster, and so far I'm actually pretty impressed with it. It comes standard with both Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Bluetooth connectivity, pretty much anything you want. And right off the bat, I'm loving that they've placed home buttons in actually two different locations. There's one right here in the lower portion of the screen that's very easy for the driver to get to. It's placed very locally to the steering wheel of the car. But you've also got another one down here on this panel for the passenger to use, which is actually a really genius way of doing it. So now both the driver and the passenger always have easy access to this main menu, which is where you're going to find all the different features in this infotainment system. So as I said before, you can see here Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. If you click one of those buttons, you can go through the system and actually connect your phone to this screen so that you'll see all your phone apps displayed here instead of the car's apps. So it's a really nice feature to have. Obviously, you can access your Google Maps, your text messages, your phone, all that important stuff. This model also has the navigation system, which is located right here, and it works pretty similar to a smartphone where you can swipe and pinch and zoom and do all sorts of really cool things with it. It's actually really good. This is probably one of the better feeling systems I've used, short of an Audi or something like that, because it is very sensitive. It does exactly what you want it to. It feels just as high quality as the screen on my phone, if not even better. Now we can use this little hotbar down here to hop over to the climate controls that are also controlled through the infotainment system, or down here using this row of buttons. But if we want to turn it on, you just press that button right here. Obviously the vehicle has to be running to do that, but it'll display all the different controls there. If you want to swipe between front and rear, again, very, very simple and easy to do. And some of you may remember from my Cadillac XT5 review that I was really not impressed with the previous generation of their infotainment systems, but this updated one here in the 2020 XT6 is absolutely perfect. Hopping back out to the exterior of the 2020 XT6, I'd like to take a quick look under the hood of this car to show you guys what's going on under here, because again, there's a lot of cool technology and features involved with the powertrain of this car that I think it's important for potential customers to know about. So the 2020 XT6 is powered by a 3.6 liter V6 engine, which produces 310 horsepower for the 9-speed automatic transmission, as well as the available all-wheel drive system. Now, what's really cool about this powertrain is that not only does it produce a lot of power, helping the car to go from 0 to 60 in as little as 6.9 seconds, but it's also pretty fuel efficient. In fact, it gets an estimated combined 21 miles per gallon. If you enjoyed this review of this XT6, make sure to check out some reviews I've done of similar cars by going over to my channel and clicking on some of the videos over there. I'd also like to extend a huge shout out and special thanks to Dimmick Cadillac here in Clearwater, Florida for allowing me to review this beautiful XT6 today. But I gotta head out now because it is pouring rain on my camera, so I'll see you in the next video.